Hello everyone, since it's the end of the year, I will be doing a recap of the best games in 2021. Now before some of you start disagreeing with me, this is just my personal opinion. I haven't played all of the games in 2021, of course, so a lot of games might be missing. These are just games that I enjoyed in the year 2021, so yeah, hopefully you're ready because I'm about to begin with the video. The first game that we are going to be talking about is Valheim. Now, some of you might be asking yourself, what is Valheim? And for that I'm going to answer. Valheim is probably one of, if not the best indie games in 2021. The game is set in the Viking era, and you can play solo or co-op, which is very nice. In my opinion, the best way to play is with friends, because you can joke around with friends and do even more stuff. You can also build great houses, or not. Plus there's a lot of content to the game. And the game is made by a small dev team, so that's amazing. Also, the map is massive, and I mean really massive. It's probably one of the best survival games in recent time. It really reminds me of the old days of Minecraft. You should totally give it a try. After Valheim we have a bigger game, Far Cry 6. If you don't live under a rock, you probably heard of Far Cry. It's one of the most popular FPS series in recent time, and for a good reason. Most of the Far Cry games are a lot of fun to play. You kill enemies and do awesome parkour, which is very nice. You can also drive and explore the awesome map with a new setting every time. The most recent Far Cry is set in Yara, a region inspired by Cuba. This game will probably remind you of Far Cry 3, probably the best Far Cry game in the series. Because of the different islands and just in general, the gameplay is very fun. One cool feature about Far Cry 6 is the abilities. You can have abilities like, for example, you can shoot rockets out of your backpack. You can do even more stuff, which is very nice. The abilities do so much because in recent time, the game got even more boring. They just recycled the formula. But thankfully in Far Cry 6 they changed it a bit. The combat is now more fresh. It truly is a fun experience and you should give it a try. After Far Cry 6, we have It Takes Two. It Takes Two is a co-op game. It's a platformer similar to A Way Out. But this one is a little bit more cartoonish. And because of that it's way more fun than A Way Out. It has even more fun puzzles and stuff to do. Because if the game is more realistic, there's a chance that it might get boring. And since the characters are way smaller than the actual world, it's even more fun to explore the world, and It Takes Two. Yep, but there's one problem. You'll have to find a friend to play it. Yep, I know, it's a real problem. But if you do have a friend, you'll have a great experience, so you should definitely check it out. After It Takes Two, we have Halo Infinite. Halo doesn't need no introduction. It's probably one of the best FPS games of all time. The newest installment in the franchise is actually very good. But before the game released, the trailer looked very lackluster and the graphics were not that good. But thankfully, Bungie made the game even better when it released. It's probably the best FPS in 2021. The multiplayer reminds me of the good old days. It's very fun and addictive. And also a good surprise is the campaign. It's actually fun for once. It has a good story and the gameplay is awesome and even refreshing. Almost everything is good in the game. I recommend Halo Infinite for everyone. It's a very fun shooter and you should definitely check it out. After Halo Infinite we have the final game, Metroid Dread. Yep, I'm a big Nintendo fan. Metroid Dread is one of the best games and Metroid Dread is one of my favorite games this year. I didn't expect it to be this good. This game was supposed to be a small project leading to Metroid Prime 4, but it turned out to be one of the best games in 2021. The gameplay is so addictive and fun to play. I never really liked Metroidvanias, but this one is an exception for me because it's one of the best games in 2021. The combat is amazing and very addictive. And also the dreads, which are new to the game, are very fun. They will chase you around the map and give more challenge to the game. You should definitely try out Metroid Dread if you have a Switch. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, you can subscribe because that helps me a lot. And also don't forget to turn on post notifications so that you will never miss a new video when the new year comes. Alright, I will see you guys in the next year.